The Damon, and you now watching Damon Time with Dutch. On today's episode of Prison Stories Uncut, we always Baltimore in the real trenches with it. But before I hop off in the storytelling mode, I want to send a big shout out to the brother Bobby Winfield. This brother sent his hard-earned money and blessed the channel through Cash App. Can't appreciate you enough, brother Bobby Winfield. This brother don't just watch the channel, he support the channel. Just stay locked in, pimp. I got us. Now that we got that out the way, let's get it. So Fat Sammy knocking at the front door. Kamika done left her Versace glasses in his car. And being a man of fashion, he knew they cost her a couple dollars. So he was just returning her glasses to her. So after knocking on the door a few times, starting to run out of patience, he stopped knocking on the door and was getting ready to get back in the car. When something told him, look in the window. They had the curtains closed. So he taking a peek in the window, and because they had the living room lights on, he could barely see in there, but just enough to see both of the twins on the living room floor taped up to the kitchen chairs. So when he see that, he like, the fuck? He go back to the door, try to open the knob. So not being able to tell if the twins was dead or alive, he sprang into action. He get the ram in the front door with his shoulder. Boom! Boom! Like the 10th try, he knocked that bitch off the hinges. Boom! Fat Sammy was a big boy. He stepped on top of the door, walk in the house. The first thing he sees is a nigga laid out in all black, leaking from the back of his head with a ski mask on. That shit made him jump back like, oh, fuck going on here? And he looks over at the twins. They looking up at him from the floor with so much fear in their eyes. He stepped over top of the dead body to where the twins were and whipped out his pocket knife. Unable to tell who was who, coincidentally, he started cutting the tape off Kamika first. So as soon as he got the tape off Kamika's mouth, she like, oh my God, thank you. Please get this off of me. Oh my God, you just saved us. Fat Sammy like, man, what the fuck happened? She like, man, nigga just robbed the shit out of us, ran out the back, and killed his fucking homeboy. She like, yo, we need to call the police, yo. Sammy like, damn. Looking at the nigga on the ground. So when Fat Sammy finished cutting the tape off Kamika, she quickly got up off the floor and walked straight over to the dead nigga. Then Fat Sammy started removing the tape from Jamaica. So Kamika standing over top of him like, who the fuck is this nigga? Bent down and pulled his ski mask off. And when she saw Bino's face, she automatically looked at Jamaica like, fuck type of shit going on? So Fat Sammy had took the tape off Jamaica's mouth. He was getting ready to cut her hands and her feet loose, but Kamika stopped him. So Sammy like, what's wrong? But for a few seconds, Kamika just stood there staring at Jamaica. Then broke the silence like, bitch, how the fuck this nigga know exactly where my money was at? So Fat Sammy looking like, the fuck? So Jamaica like, I don't know, I probably was bragging down the bar or something. Or Kamika like, you fucking bitch, you set me up. You jealous bitch. Jamaica like, man, take this shit off of me. Still taped up to the chair laid on the floor. Kamika knew exactly who Bino was. This the same cruddy ass nigga from down the hill Jamaica used to fuck with back in the day when they was younger. So when Kamika saw his face behind that mask, she knew Jamaica was behind it. It's no other way this nigga Bino would know Kamika business unless he went through Jamaica. So Kamika tell Fat Sammy like, man, leave that shit like that. Don't take that tape off. Leave it like that. So they stand there in the living room. They got the front door knocked completely off the hinges. Back door wide open. So pacing back and forth, Kamika fucked up in the head about this shit. See, Jamaica always been jealous of Kamika. Since they was little girls, they done had their share of fights, arguments over Kamika being their mother favorite. Kamika always getting the best guys and being overall more popular than Jamaica. It wasn't expected, but it wasn't too surprising to Kamika that Jamaica done done some shit like this after she done let her live in her basement. How did she repay her twin sister? By getting a house that her and her children share, robbed by her ex-boyfriend. The more and more Kamika thought about it, the angrier and angrier she got. Fat Sammy telling her like, yo, we gotta do something about this nigga land right here. But anyway, Kamika just look at Jamaica like, you knew how desperate, how bad I needed that money to get my husband a lawyer. You knew it. You sat right there with me and watched me cry. But Jamaica like, sis, I'm telling you, the only thing I might be guilty of is just running my mouth around the wrong people, bragging too much and shit. But I ain't have nothing to do with this. Kamika just walked over, grabbed a piece of tape that Fat Sammy took off of Jamaica's mouth, and she put it back on her mouth to shut her the fuck up. Then Kamika walked in the kitchen, opened the kitchen drawer, and grabbed that 25 lemon squeeze. Turn around, come back in the living room. Soon as Fat Sammy see her, he like, oh, chill. But Kamika tell him like, look, you ain't got nothing to do with this. Step out the way. And seeing the seriousness on Kamika's face, he moved the fuck out our way. But then off in the distance, you could hear police sirens.